quants, hello friends, welcome to the Valmel Show. My name is Manuel Amunatigi, and in this video I want to go through another one of my favorite built-in indicators in TradingView, the VPVR, the volume profile. It's what you see here on the right side of my screen, and kind of on the vertical pane versus a regular volume, right, which is on the horizontal pane at the bottom. So it's a phenomenal tool. It's a premium tool. I think you need a paid TradingView account. If you don't have a paid TradingView account, no worries. I'll show you where to get this, and also show you to get alternatives that are free that are just as good, and you'll be able to glean the same type of information that we do get from this tool. So there's a few favorite tools which I think make TradingView absolutely worth it. One is the VPVR, and the other one is the Fibonacci extension tool, which I don't really use as a Fibonacci tool, but more as a regular extension tool. And we made a video. It's called the Fib Retracement Tool. It's right here where I explain, how I use it. So check it out if you're interested in that stuff. But the Fib tool, I think, is a free tool. This, I think, is a premium tool. But before we start, please leave the video some thumbs up. It's the fuel that keeps my algo going. Apparently it's really good for the YouTube algo as well. And I've been at the beginning of my videos, it's been kind of harping about leave some thumbs up. I'm not selling anything. I don't shill anything. I don't even have affiliate links. I probably should have them. I'm just too lazy to get them. I like to focus on the topic, make the video, and move on. So please leave the thumbs up, because the numbers, the thumbs up have been going up, which is great. And I think we want to have a good ratios of views to thumbs up. And it's also good if nobody gives a thumbs up to something, I know that this is a topic that people don't care about, and I can do something completely different next time. So I really appreciate it. So go ahead, hit the thumbs up button. So here it is, VPVR. To get it, it's very simple. Hit your functions button and hit and type in VPVR, and here it is, visible range. I think that's it goes by two names, but volume profile, visible range, and basically it simply means that it's going to build this volume profile for whatever is in the visible range, and we're going to cover that in a second. If you don't have this, if you don't have a paid account, go volume profile, right? Volume profile, and there are a bunch of them, but here one I like is KV4 coins. Click on that. And you'll see it's very similar to this one. Well, this is not a visible range. This is really, you set the range you want to, which is, not a big deal. You simply, say how many bars you want to go back, and whatever you're looking at, just, you have to tweak it there. But it's a very similar concept, which I think is a pretty cool one as well, especially if you have a free account. So here it is, right? So what's the difference between these two things? This is your volume at time. So we're looking at a 5-minute chart of Bitcoin on Binance. So every bar here represents 5 minutes of volume. It's green if that bar closed above the open. It's red if it closed below the open, and that's that simple, right? But it's based on time. I don't use this in its raw form that much. I mean, some people like it because they can look at divergences. Most of the indicators I build are based on volume or have volume in them, so I kind of trust theirs. That's why I'm going to remove it here. This is a really cool one because it's not about time, it's about price level. So this longest bar here, right around 50,000, means that the visible range that we're looking at, the most popular price from the 23rd of April to today, the 26th of April, was $50,000, right? So right off the bat, I think that's useful information. You can eyeball it, right? Especially around such an important number as 50,000. It'd be the same thing around 10,000, around 100,000, right? You're going to see that a lot, but it may be less obvious in other ranges which aren't such an obviously important number. But that's what it is, right? It tells you the price distribution for this visible range. So if you're familiar with market profile, it's something that was really big in the 70s and 80s. And one big author that wrote a lot about it is James Dalton. And you can see I actually bought that book in 2007, so that was kind of funny to see. But if you go, I put market profile images, and it's kind of like these kind of things, right? It's basically, imagine every blob here is one day, and it shows you what was the most popular price during that range, and usually it's going to be some kind of distribution range like this, where the bulk will be in the middle and the sides will be thinner. And if it so happens that a bulk was really important, usually the next day you'll probably have more trading around that price, right? So you can see here, very important, here, very important. It can one day to the next kind of leads into that bulk, which is interesting. And that's a big thing in market profile. It's the point of control is very important. And you can see they tried to explore up here, failed. Tried to explore again up here, failed. Right. So that's the kind of the concepts. You can if you're interested in the volume profile, look up a market profile, because you can really dig into it and see the science behind when it's trading around it and when it goes and trades somewhere else in price discovery. So right here, right, we can see there's one option. There's a bunch of options in this control, VPVR. One that people may like is called the POC, the point of control. And that simply puts a line, quick visual line, a visual aid, and shows you what was the most important price in this visible range. So we know, right, that this area, right, is probably, again, this is not trading advice. I'm just, it's entertainment. I'm giving you my thoughts. You have to test it out. You have to be responsible. It's your money. But we can start making like a little rectangle around here, and we can see that if you're bullish, right, these would be great places to go long, right? Because even though that would have been painful if you went long, but I actually was a long in this area. I was one that was that suffered. So this was again another bad weekend where I was in the red a lot. I got out more or less at break even. So this was a tough period. But if you had trusted the VPVR, you'd have known that this wouldn't have held, right? Because overall, I'm very bullish Bitcoin, and this shows you that this is kind of almost a desperate attempt to go into a different area to see if they can explore here. It was completely rejected and came back as quickly. It went down. It came back up here and kept trading around the $50,000 mark, which just shows you that that's a very important price. Here we're breaking out. So now this area, right? Again, you can take your longs here, your shorts here if you're a scalper, but you got to know when the story ends. This could have been different, right? This could have gone down to 40 or 39, and meaning that you wouldn't have you would have been underwater if you were long, and that would have been very painful. But the same thing goes here, right? Here, I am personally bullish, right? That's just my opinion. Nobody knows anything if it's going to go up or down. We all have an opinion. We all have a story, but it does kind of shade my trading. So, but here we are going up, and that doesn't mean so. This is like price discovery, right? So this was the auction. Up, down, but now we're going in a new zone. We're trying something higher up. That doesn't mean it's not going to go back down here. Absolutely not, right? But it means that if you were bearish and you were shorting these and you shorted here, there's a point where you got to say, ooh, I got to get out, right? Because you don't want to be carrying that position, because that's a nightmare. You want to get out. Personally, I like getting out. If I'm wrong, as soon as you feel like you're wrong, you need to get out, right? So that's what this stuff tells you. So one thing, let me get out. Let me remove everything here. Let me remove that POC because I do not like seeing that. I don't like extra lines. And there's a lot of things you can do here. In inputs, you can do the volume area. You can do it on up and down. You can do the row size, meaning that you want to have them bigger or smaller. I like them very small like this. So play around with the controls. Lots of ways of visualizing it. But another thing that's important to me is a great side effect of the VPVR is to quickly know the support and resistance levels. So sure, it's pretty obvious here after the fact, but here you can tell that there was very little volume traded here, right? So we know this should act as support. It kind of acted as support here as well, and it broke out, right? So this is one that if you are bearish and you're shorting this, if you go through this resistance you need to get out, right? Because the story changes. And the same thing goes the other way around, right? You have one here, for example, and I would even say you may even have a smaller one here, right? This is how I use this tool. It gives me these important levels that if we go here, right, this is a warning. It's like, ooh, watch out. Maybe the markets are tanking. And we got in this area, but it couldn't, but having this rejection of this bigger support level to me was very bullish and was a time to take some trades. And I think I had a few resting orders at these ridiculous, I think at 47.5 or something. So that was good because it helped me because I was also long around here. So it helped me kind of offset these positions. But had we stayed a little longer here, I probably would have just exited out of my position at a loss, just because this kind of tells me that this area is rejected. We may be looking at a lower area. But it looks like now we rejected this area, the 50,000, and now we're exploring around 53. Maybe we're going to go up, or maybe we'll come back down here, right? So this is what this kind of tool tells you. So Let's look at a higher, a little bit bigger. Let's get more. Let me clean this up and let's go. So here, let's do a 30 minutes. Okay. Again, the VPVR will redraw whatever you're looking at regardless of the time. So here, right, we see that a very popular price was right around 59, almost at 60. So let me draw it out here. For this range, this price is very important, right? We went up, right up in the 64s. It didn't work, it rejected. And when we came back down, we rejected this whole area, which is interesting. This was a very important area and it rejected. It just went right through it, right? So we know that this area, just by looking at it, right? There's very little trading at that price. We know this is, in my mind, this is a resistance, right? So let me pretend this did not happen. That's another great thing about this tool is that you can look back into time, and clearly we see here, right, that all this area, there was very little volume here and here, right? So you're doing a top, another top, another top. You know this is a very important resistance. So the fact that we popped through it, that's very bullish. And it's doing, some price discovery, it's going above. Unfortunately, it didn't stick. It went right down that area and then right down that area, which is, very bullish, very bearish, I mean, because it's rejecting that previous 60 to 57, right? It's completely rejecting it. And then we started doing price discovery in this area. Rejected that. And again, same concept applies here, right? You can't see that, but I wish that was not here. See an indentation in price, right? And this is areas I look at. Very important areas. Here we see another one. It's areas that there was not much trading going on, right? So they act as rejections, or they could also act as magnets, right? So that's what's really cool. Areas with a lot of volume, a price where there was a lot of volume is a magnet. A price where there was no volume at all can be both a rejection and a magnet. And apparently this can be a rejection as well. Look at that, right? So anyways, there's a lot of ways of slicing and dicing. It's a phenomenal tool. I think if people are interested in learning more about the VPVR, definitely check out Market Profile Books or go online. There's tons of free YouTubes on that topic. Check it out. It's really interesting. And it kind of gives you hints on how to recognize if the market is happy where it's at, or if it's about to go into price discovery, if price discovery is going to last, or if it's going to fail and come back down, right? All these things are kind of covered in Market Profile. So I think it's really interesting. For me, it's a powerful tool. I really like being able to look at areas between a volume where there is very little volume, and that becomes either a support resistance, a magnet, or a rejection, right? So I know it's a lot, but it's a very interesting price point to me. The fact that here we're popping out here, I think we're probably going to go back up to 55 just by looking at this, right? We tried to go down here. It was rejected. We went through this zone, and this is going to act as a magnet, and it may be even act as a rejection and take us up to 60. Again, I don't know. One of my rules, I'm trying to write a series of rules, my trading rules. And one of them, my first rule, is nobody knows anything. So I know I spend way too much time on Twitter, on crypto Twitter, and everybody will tell you, you probably have 50% of the people telling you, oh yeah, the market's going to hell, we're going to go in the 30s. Other people saying, oh, super bullish, we're going to hit the 100K, right? But nobody knows, right? It's very clear to understand that it's not because somebody has been doing charting for 10 years that they know something more than others. These markets are very volatile. They are, in a lot of ways, they are being bullied by people who have, very large wallets, big institutions they can play around with, especially during the weekend. Watch out. I did a whole video about weekend hours versus week hours. Check it out, because it's being bullied. And that means that even if somebody is a top notch at technical analysis, the markets could still do the exact opposite, just because it is being bullied in a lot of ways. Same thing goes with people who who are pros at the on-chain analysis. There's a lot of truth there. I do agree with the on-chain analysis, the hash rate, the price of electricity, all these things, the new wallets. But at the end of the day, they don't know. All you need is some of these big whales to feel like they want to do something, and then they push the markets up and down. And so the key is to instead of trying to predict where we're going to go in the future, which I think is very hard, I'm bullish naturally Bitcoin, so I think it's going up, but is to start understanding, for example, the VPVR gives you very important levels of where people were in agreement, people were in disagreement, and areas where there was just so little volume, they act as either support resistance, air pockets, magnets, or like rocket ramps, right? Where it just kind of what happened here, it just shot it down, went right through those zones and came here. Right. So again, this is a very interesting tool. If you have it, use it. If you don't have a paid account, use the free ones I showed. There's a bunch of them. Look for volume profile, look for VPVR, look for market profile. You'll find a bunch of different alternatives, and play around with it. Understand why why are these areas important. And another thing I didn't mention in this video, a great way of doing it is open up a daily. Look at the market profile for the daily. Well, the daily is going to be tough just because there was so much low-level volume here. But here it'll tell you where the prices were important. Then go to the 4-hour. Same thing. Let it draw, and you'll see that the 4-hour, very important, was 58, 56, 49. And then keep going down, right? And this VPVR is going to keep telling you very interesting things at these different time frames, bigger picture, smaller picture. And just keep in mind that if we are trading here and you're bullish, right? These are areas that you can buy, and these are areas to exit. Right? That means it's going to be, if you buy here, okay, you're very bullish, right? We're looking at the markets, but let's forget about the price exploration. You're very bullish here, so these are great areas to buy, but these might be areas to take profit or even exit completely, because the probability of going further up is very low. So it's very high to go from here to the POC. But to go above the POC, that's the opposite. It becomes a very low probability move. Same thing here. Let's say we are here. You do the same thing. You buy these dips because you're bullish, and that your target becomes the POC of the VPVR, right? So that's a great tool right there, targets. Okay, thanks for watching. Plenty more on my channel. Again, I know I'm just kind of throwing out some ideas, purposefully throwing out ideas. I don't want to give you precise rules that I use, because I am still learning and I still get in trouble, so I don't want you to get in trouble. We're all at the end of the day responsible for our own money. So again, this is just entertainment. You got to learn your own tools, figure out what works for you, and use what works for you. So remember, nobody knows anything. I don't know anything, and we just we're exploring these quantitative tools. That's the angle I take to better understand the markets and to know if something is a high probability or a low probability. Thanks for watching.